Welcome to State Fairs. Everyone having a good time? Woo! Nice. Time for the Great American Duck Race. How many of you have actually seen a duck race? Let me see a show of hands. Few, not too many. Actually, you don't see ducks being raced that often on the East Coast, but in New Mexico, duck racing is big. We don't have NASCAR like you do. We do have duck racing. And yes, my name really is Robert Duck. But even though my name is Duck, I didn't start the duck races. They were started in a small town in New Mexico, Deming, south the southern part of the state, real close to the Mexican border. I always like to see a show of hands. Anyone who has been in New Mexico, raise your hand if you've been in New Mexico. Yes, but if you has anyone been to Deming, New Mexico? Raise your hand. No, we not. I don't think we got too many of them that have been in Deming, New Mexico. It's a small town out in the middle of the desert, and small towns in the middle of the desert are pretty boring. In case you're wondering, and some of the local residents one evening are trying to think of something they can do for excitement in town. One of the guys came up with this idea of having a duck race. Now, this could be fun. No one's ever tried racing ducks before. So as soon as they sobered up, they drew up the rules for the race. True story. Put in their local newspaper, hope to get 50 ducks into the race. Maybe have 100 people come out to watch it, have a good time and go home. That would have been fine. But the national news media got wind of this duck race happening in the middle of the desert. You may have seen it that first year on Good Morning America. Since that day, Deming has never been the same. In fact, every year now, over 20,000 people go to the small town out in the desert to watch the ducks race. And they usually have over 600 ducks entered in the race every year. There's a reason for such large entries of ducks. It's called the world's richest duck race. Since 1980, they've paid out more than $200,000 in prize money to the winners of races there. With my ducks, I've actually won that race 12 years in a row. And that's why I was on the Tonight Show, which you may have seen, among other TV programs. But now we're invited to go to fairs all over the United States, sharing duck racing with everyone. That's exactly what we're going to be doing this moment before the rain hits. We're going to be having an exhibition of that race. And I'm going to be asking for some very brave volunteers from our audience out here to help us race the ducks here. It's all free. There's no charge for this. If you do volunteer and if your duck wins its race, we got some nice prizes for our winners this afternoon. One of the prizes, all right? But before I select anyone to race ducks with us, let me explain to you exactly how you race a duck. Those that are selected from the audience will come to the back of the fence and walk through the gate on either side. We will hand you a real live mallard duck. You're going to gently hold them and place them on the inside of one of the water. And I'll stand at the side, say get on your mark, get set, I'll blow the starting horn. When I blow the horn, just let the duck go. These ducks are actually trained to race to the other side. Now, we do have one rule at this point, though. You can't go like a bowling ball with your duck, okay? No. Just let him go. First one across the checkered flags wins the race. You win one of the prizes, and you get to stay in for the final. That's the last race of the show. If your duck wins the final, you've got another prize for you up there, one of those duck visors. Oh, and by the way, if you win the final, you're going to clean up. Not only do you get one of the duck visors, but the vendors on both sides of us wanted to get into the prizes, too. You're also going to win a free ride on the Segway from Richmond, right over here, and also a free slushie at the You Do It Slush Factory. Let's show those vendors our appreciation. All right, now, you want to make sure you stay around for that final race. That's when we bring out the big guns, our fastest ducks. You won't believe how fast you can really go. If you are selected to race one of the ducks after you've raced your duck on your way out, make sure you stop by one of the hand sanitizer stations to locate at both gates there. Wash your hands really good before you go back of the fairgrounds. I've got two hands that will make your duck go faster than the others. First thing is, the more you cheer and encourage your duck to run, the faster it'll go. And if you splash some water behind them like that, they'll really go for you then. There's your hits. Let's get a volunteer start racing up.
Most mallard drakes and hens are paired by early to mid-winter. New pairs are formed each year. Mallards usually have the longest migration of any duck, extending from late summer to early winter. They usually begin their migration back to the breeding grounds in March and April. Hens show a strong tendency to breed near the place where they were hatched or near a previous breeding site. However, most drakes never breed in the same area twice.
Racing lane 1, what's your first name?
Dennis.
Dennis, you're racing Aflac. Racing number 2, what's your first name?
Sarah.
Sarah, your duck's name is SpongeBob. And lane 3 is Austin. Austin, you're racing Scooby-Doo. And racing number 4, what's your first name? Dana, your duck's name is Miss Squirtle-a-Lot. Yours are your reason. Uh-oh. Okay, place your ducks to the inside of the space track and wait for the horn, guys. Already place them all the way down there. Get on your mark. Get set. Threes. Come on, big man. Good job. guys didn't win one of the whistles during the show, we sell them right after the show, so I'll get a whistle for you. These guys have named their own ducks for the final. Lane number 1, what's your duck's name?
Army.
Army. Okay, lane number 2 is Ken. All right, racing lane number 3, what did you name your duck?
PJ.
PJ, okay. And racing number 4 over here, what's your duck's name?
Saka.
Okay, guys. This is a big one now. Hang on tight. Get on your mark. Get set. Hey, that's everybody. Enjoy your day for sure. Bye-bye. Are they together? They can race these things up if you help them. Come on in. Get on this side over here. Yes, sir, right here. Bring your mom with you. Your dad. Come on in.
They begin to lose their feathers.
Here, right there. Come on in.
This process is called molting. They have one large loss of wing feathers during molting in a plumage cycle. After molting, the birds can't fly for a period of time. The flightless periods can last from 18 to 37 days. In fact, flight capabilities are reduced just before the feathers are lost.